Third question. Then Kausalya Asfalayana asked, Master, this life, whence does it arise? How does it come to the body? How, after diffusing itself, does it abide here? How does it leave the body? How does it sustain the universe without and the universe within? The sage replied, Great are the questions you ask from me, but you are a great lover of Brahma. I will answer. Life comes from the spirit. Even as a man casts a shadow, so the spirit casts the shadow of a life. And as a shadow of former lives, a new life comes to the body. As when a ruler commands his officials and appoints them cities to be ruled in his name, even so, prana, the power of life, rules the other beings and powers of the body. Apana rules its lower regions. Prana itself lives in the eye and the ear and moves through the nose and the mouth. Samana rules the middle regions and distributes the life-giving offering of food. From Samana come the seven flames. In the heart dwells the Atman, the self. It is the center of 101 little channels. From each one of them come 100 channels more. 72,000 smaller channels branch from each one of these, and in all these millions of little channels moves the power of Vyana. Rising by one of them, the living power of Udana leads to the heaven of purity by good actions, to the hell of evil by evil actions, and if by both again, to this land of man. The sun is prana, the life of this universe, and he rises, giving joy to the life in human eyes. The divinity of the earth rules the lower regions of Apana. Between the sun and the earth there is space for Samana. Air is Vyana. Fire is Udana. When that fire of life is gone, senses are absorbed in the mind, and man comes to life again. His last thoughts lead him to prana, and accompanied by the living fire of Udana, and led by Atman, the spirit himself, he goes to the regions deserved and desired in his imagination. He who thus knows the meaning of life, his offspring never dies and attains life everlasting. There is a verse that says, He who knows the rising of life and how it comes to the body, how it abides there in its fivefold division, and, and knows its relation to the inner spirit, enjoys eternal life. In truth, enjoys eternal life. Fourth question. Then Saryayani Gargya asked, Master, how many powers sleep in man and how many remain awake? Who is that spirit that beholds the wonder of dreams? Who enjoys the mystery of sleep with no dreams? Who's that spirit on whom all others find rest? The sage replied, As when, before darkness falls, the rays of the setting sun seem all to become one in its circle of light, though at the hour of sunrise they all spread out again, even so the powers of the senses become one in the higher power of the mind. Then a person does not see, hear, smell, taste, or touch. He does not speak, receive, or give, move, or enjoy the joys of love. Then people say he sleeps. But in the city of the body the fires of life are burning. They sleep not. Apana is like the sacred home fire, forever kept burning from father to son. Dhyana is the life of the self for offerings to the ancestors. Prana is the fire of the east lit up by the home fire. Samana is like the hot tree pleased, evenly distributing two offerings of expiration and inspiration. The mind is the performer of the sacrifice, and Udana is its fruit. Since every day it takes the mind to sleep in Brahman, the Almighty. And in dreams the mind beholds its own immensity. What has been seen is seen again, and what has been heard is heard again. What has been felt in different places or faraway regions returns to the mind. Seen and unseen, heard and unheard, felt and not felt, the mind sees all, since the mind is all. But when the mind is overcome by its own radiance, then dreams are no longer seen. Joy and peace come to the body, even as birds, O beloved, return to their tree for rest. Thus all things find rest in Atman, the Supreme Spirit. All things find their final peace in their innermost self, the Spirit. Earth, water, fire, air, space, and their invisible elements, sights, hearing, smell, taste, touch, and their various fields of sense, voice, hands, and all powers of action, mind, reason, the sense of I, thought, eternal light, and their objects, and even life and all that life sustains. It is the supreme spirit of man who sees, hears, feels perfumes, touches and tastes, thinks and acts, and has all consciousness. And the spirit of man finds peace in the supreme, eternal spirit. He who knows, O my son, that eternal spirit, incorporeal and shadowless, luminous and everlasting, attains that eternal spirit. He knows the all and becomes all. A verse there is that says, He who knows, O my beloved, that eternal spirit wherein consciousness and the senses and the power of life and the elements find final peace, knows the all and has gone into the all.